Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream, welcome back to the channel. My name is Duel, and once again continuing with Duel Masochist. We did pretty decent last time. We are now, what was it, if we'd won 2 more duels, 1 more duel, we would be at a 3rd win rate overall. So it is steadily climbing for one reason or another. And we have been playing the zombie deck for some time. If there was anyone in chat, I would poll chat for whether we want to change up the deck. But of course, I'm not quite that lucky. We did use our time off stream to come up with several different decks. You can see that we've got rid of a few of the old ones which I was marking with versions. And that's because I feel like I needed to just rebuild them, try and cut down the card count, and just sort of see what synergies we did have. So of course, this is what we have been playing. I think we will continue to do so until we can get our final fusion summon, just so we can clear that proficiency, and then we might switch off that for the time being, because this deck has been good, and I think it will get better once we stop trying to fusion summon, because making Borrowload is a good payoff. However, this is a zombie deck, not a dragon deck, and yeah, we don't really have anything to type change on the field. We have exactly Clockwork Knight, which actually works against our own interests here, because we quite like Pyramid of Wonders being an attack boost and protection. So that's what we're currently playing, and I think we'll stick with that for a little bit. We have reworked the Warrior deck, added in some of the new cards, switched and swapped some of the old ones out. We have taken out the Ignite package that we had in here, because I don't think it would have been worth it in the end. And, we've got a couple more Battling boxes in here. We've added in the, Destiny Hero Draw Hand, which is probably just a good one-off. There's a little bit of draw power. And yeah, the extra deck has changed up just a little bit, not massively. We've got 2 rank 4s and Vespinato. One of those rank 4s could just be something different, but I quite like the removal that this one offers, and so I don't really want to have to turn this into Vespinato. There were also a couple new equip spells since last time. I don't believe we actually added this and played it in the final list in the end. And same with this one. So yeah, we've got a few new bits and bobs, which should prove quite useful. I haven't actually looked at this though. Fusion summon a fire, warrior, or dragon. I don't think we have a target. Take a look at our fire fusions. That's a dragon. I mean, okay, yeah, we have a target, but we don't have the materials for this. That's not the correct type. That's the correct type, but we don't do it like that. That's not the correct type. That's not the correct type. Okay. But yeah, this is what we're looking at for the new version of the Warrior deck. Reworked the Machine deck as well. We've cut down on a couple of cards. I couldn't tell you exactly what. I'm trying to think about it, and I don't know. We're not playing the Unchained package in here. I'm pretty sure that was still in the old one. And, the extra deck is largely the same. A couple small changes. Oh, right, we were playing Klee monsters in this, and I've forgotten to take out Recreate. I tried to test, because if you take a look now, we actually have enough Klee monsters that we can set up Pendulum Scales and Tribute Summon, I think. Yeah, we have enough Klee monsters that we could set up Pendulum Scales and Tribute Summon for towers. but it's just not quite consistent enough. The only one you really want to see is this one, and maybe Stealth or Carrier by the looks of it. Yeah, you want to see one of those two so you can actually get a 9 scale or 1 scale, and then, you know, search the rest of these out over the turns, and just pendulum summon all 3 at the same time, negate their effects, and, you know, summon towers. Which... yeah. Okay. Which may be in future, but at the moment we don't have any extra consistency outside of Clockwork Knight being sent to the grave for it. So, for the moment, that's a no-go. Anything else that's particularly different with this? Not massively. So yeah, that's the machine deck. Updated the things to watch. We tried to make a super heavy samurai pile, and we put it down to 40 because the consistency will be very important with this. And we have no consistency tools of our own, which is why we're on the Karakoris, which, you know, just this one, you know, dies, floats into this one, dies, floats into either this or this, which, you know, can change the battle position, possibly block yet another attack. The idea is that you're making this. You can also make Musashi. This can still attack in defense position, and so can Jade. So you've got 3 monsters that really work in your style, but it's just not enough. It's the best payoff you can do is get to this, but getting to it is not going to be simple. It's just, you know, the only way to phrase it. We do have the Kaiju plus Battle Ball combo, but we have to hard draw at the very least Battle Ball because we have Kyoto Waterfront. And I know Spell Traps in Samurai is heretical, but we've only gone with ones which we plan to keep face up on the field, because if they go into the graveyard, we're probably not doing that great anyway. There's a chance we are. At the very least, Clockwork Knight can banish itself to Rota for pretty much the entire deck. And it's actually less super heavy samurais than I thought that, you know, require no spell traps in the graveyard. Drum doesn't care, Soul Horns doesn't care, Stealthy does, Battle Ball does, Soul Bus or Soul Core doesn't, Fist doesn't. Okay, Fist doesn't for its quick synchro effect, but it does for its reborn effect, which is probably the better one, so Fist does. Swordsman doesn't, Flutist doesn't, Giga Gloves does, and let's see, Security does, because the better effect is probably the reborn effect again, and Jade doesn't. But yeah, so if you were paying somewhat attention to that, it's about 50-50 on, you know, whether they do or do not care. It's not the best deck. And then we have tried to make ourselves a dragon deck as well, because we pulled an amount of Dragoonity, and I was excited about this being a boss monster for the deck, because it is just an extra deck rip. However, the problem here is winged, non-tuner winged beast monsters, which is something I'm beginning to realise, because this one's just 1+ non-tuners, but this one requires winged beasts specifically, as does this. The dragon tuner is not an issue, like all of these are tuner monsters, like this whole like row nearly. And yeah, we've only got a handful of winged beast monsters, including some that are out of archetype just because we need options, just in case we draw some slightly weird hands. There are a couple guys that, you know, I wasn't thinking about before that we've added into this, because, you know, big level 8 dragon helps us make Sun Dragon Overlord if we need to for some reason. And then we've also got the World Legacy Guard Dragon, because it reduces your opponent's stats per dragon you control. This being the dragon deck, that should, in theory, take off rather easy. Only problem is we are hard tribute summoning it, because it's a level 9, and this is our highest pendulum scale in the deck at 8, and we don't have enough normal monsters to banish from grave for it. So we are just hard tribute summoning this, and there are no two ways around that. But that's not the worst thing, I don't think. And is there anything particularly different about this one? Not really. We're playing some neat cards that just work with dragons. This is Reborn. This one is a special summon Floodgate, because we just need to control... nope, okay, he's too high, but a Dragon Ruler? Tempest will do, and Tempest is really easy to summon. Sorry, I just got something in my eye. But yeah, Tempest is really easy to summon because you can use Tidal's effect on summon. Nope, not on summon. The discard effect to send Tempest to the graveyard. Then you can banish the 2 dragons for Tempest and summon it from the grave. You can hard draw it. We're playing a good amount of wins thanks to the Dragunities, so you can just summon it from hand pretty easy as well. We've got Piercing for all our dragon monsters. We've got MST, specifically a Dragunity spell trap that cycles the equips. But I don't think there's anything that's more specific than those at the moment. I believe that's kind of it. We're back on Ghost Bird of Bewitchment for this list because we need, winged beasts that are going to survive a turn. So set this and your opponent probably doesn't attack into a 2500 with their strongest monster. Right, and was that the last deck? That might have been the last deck, yeah. Of course, there is also good stuff, which we've changed up a little bit. We've cut down on the card count just a couple. Changed up our indestructible monster into Vjam, because this is really quite something. Simply because at the end of the damage step you can place a cubic counter on your opponent's monster, and cubic counters negate the monster's effects and prevent that monster from attacking. And then during the next turn, you can special summon this card from your spell trap zone. So this is, a recyclable negate. Granted, your opponent's not going to attack into it that many times, they're going to attack into it once, and probably never again. But we also happen to have a way to get it from the deck with Cubic Ascension. Now, of course, if we get our 1 Vjam and Cubic Ascension, then one of those two shouldn't be in the hand, but that's going to be how it is. We're no stranger to that at this point with Metaverse and field spells. Other than that, this deck has changed into kind of much more like a couple archetypes and some good stuff cards. We've, got our Unchained package, which is 1, 2, 3 cards. We've got our Kaiju package, 4 cards, and we've got our Cosmo package, 6 cards, which makes up nearly half a deck, and then we've just surrounded it with good stuffs. The extra deck has changed up a little bit. We're back on a couple Link monsters because Zerboros is a hell of a boss monster, and if we can make Junk Connector, then successfully crash the Junk Connector, we can Synchro Summon Stardust Assault Warrior. And if we made this so it was the only monster on the field, Stardust Assault Warrior, because it will have been treated as Synchro Summoned, can special summon Junk Connector, and that gives us an immediate Link 3. And if we have any way to get another monster on the field, that's Zerboros. And Zerboros is just mass removal and, a really big beat stick. We have a couple ways of triggering it. We have, you know, kaijus to tribute our opponent's monsters to put them in the correct zone. We have, you know, Stingray, Oleanoids from Grave, possibly Good Witch, Juraghetto during the battle phase, because, you know, it's just valuable enough to put it back in again. And then the extra deck hasn't really changed that much. We put this guy back in, because I think, in theory, we are a bit more able to make it. We can go into a 7 like this a lot more easy, and then we've got a, you know, a decent level 1 tuner. But also this level 1 tuner makes, you know, a piercing Brave, a piercing Goganzeka, or a piercing Star Eater, so take your pick, really. Anyway, that was just a couple minutes. Yeah, just a couple minutes, sure, looking at what decks we've actually still got and are thinking about playing. Let's run into these duels. We have held out long enough. So yeah, our goal is to fusion summon one time, complete this proficiency. And once we've done that, we can drop the fusion package from our vampire deck. As far as hands go, this isn't the worst. So we can put Dark Sanctuary face up. We can set ourselves Cosmic, and we can set ourselves Buckaluna, and set Monster, which is Snatch Seal in a weird kind of way. One of those cards that was kind of like just pack filler, really, in TCG when it came out. But it's surprisingly good. Right. I don't really want to pay life points here. But I think I'm going to get rid of that. That's surely not the piece that determines that they can't, yeah. Oh, I should have done that one. I forgot that that's a thing. Right. Now, Lunar Eclipse does not do much because they're a fusion deck, and the monster they're trying to make is unaffected by spell traps anyway. Well, actually, this would be what they're trying to make. But given that they need to attack 3 times, they might be trying to make this or this. So let's find out. They shouldn't be making Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, actually, to kill me. But they're making Chaos Ancient Gear Giant anyway. It's unaffected by monster effects during the battle phase, isn't it? The opponent cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase. Yep, sure. Jesus. I'm gonna take a lot of damage. But I can't activate monster effects during the battle phase, so that doesn't work. This is a very, This is not my matchup, can you believe it? Yeah, that's not going to do it either. Well, at least it was a quick duel. get a slight refresher course on what you should MST in Ancient Gear. Well, Cosmic Cyclone. MST is actually far, far worse, because a lot of their spell traps are designed to be destroyed. Like Yeartown, the infamous field spell that I think probably got field spell rulings changed. Because ye old ruling, very old ruling, was that, okay. The old ruling for field spells was that if you put a field spell over another field spell, the one underneath was destroyed. Which, you know, just synergized drastically and amazingly with Geartown. We could synchro summon for Star Eater here. I'm really not sure what they're doing. This has got to be a Masochist deck. They're taking a little too long to think about things. Imduk. Yeah, sure. That'll start the damage step. Ooh. I don't like that. Maybe Star Eater is the right thing. During your opponent's main phase. Exactly the main phase. Right. Let's activate this. Let's discard this. See what they have. Because Star Eater means that your opponent cannot attack. Yeah, if this card attacks, it's unaffected. Yeah, that doesn't work the way you think it does. You need other cards, and it needs to be on field. Normal summon. Special summon. We're actually making Star Eater. Until the end of the damage step, and that one was at the start of the damage step. You don't have a World Chalice monster in your hand, or you don't want to special summon it. Star Eater in a dream, can it carry us? Because this, I think, is the first time we've made this guy. It's the first time it's been a good idea, I'll say that, but... Let's see what else they have. Because I don't think it's a selection pack because of their Java Black. I think it is probably just, you know, Masochist deck. Let's change everything to a water for the sake of argument. No reason. What are they sending? You're sending Apophis. That's a weird one. I thought you were going to synchro summon with that. That is kind of a bot action. Never mind, I was holding out hope that it was just a Masochist player. No, this is a bot deck. You don't attack into Star Eater when you don't need to. but you didn't need to. So yeah, other cards can be activated, it is just unaffected by them. I mean, let's do this. Yeah, at the end of the duel, just given up. Targeting a face-up monster you control or one monster in your graveyard. Special summon this card as a normal monster with the same level. You have a normal monster, you have a Jama Black, so you've got a level 2. You can only activate one Dwimmed Glimmer per turn. Hard once per turn on the weirdest of cards. Gimmick Puppet. Alright. Target a vampire in your grave. We don't have a vampire in grave. We do need more attack points. Oh, they didn't. Oh, they locked themselves into Gimmick Puppets because of this, right? Yep. Oh, okay, that'll do it then. Star Eater for game. There we go. And that's actually a funny thing, because it becomes unaffected by other effects when it attacks. It reverts back to a light. So you see the light, you know, attack animation. Small details. But yeah, let's just check. I mean, no, okay, this might be a selection pack deck. I just didn't think that that Ojama was in it. Unless they've just supplemented it with some cards from their own collection, which they might have done. We do only need to fusion summon one time, right? Yeah. Right. And with that, we get into our first pack of the stream. We'll save the legacy tickets for the moment. Might have to buy some gems off camera. They're getting kinda low. That's certainly a card. I don't think I can use it. That's a pretty good one as well. Need to control Valmonica though. We have an Amazement Monster singular, but that's about it. We have the second Yubel upgrade. That is another danger. I think we have Chupacabra already, so this is technically, well, this is just an upgrade. What is Xyz and Truss? I've got it, but Adenarbid Xy. Okay. I think Danger Mothman might be best of those cards there. Alright. Adamancipator. Finally getting some rock cards. That's for our Ancient Years. That's not terrible. Booj Unity. Boojin Unity. Sure. Bit of a weird equip. Don't need that. That's Lightsworn stuff. Tribute summon. If special summoned. How do you nope. No ways to special summon, just if specialed. Another Infernity General. Right, and what's the super rare? Mayakashi. This is a good monster to pull. But I'm not sure what Mayakashi extra deck monsters we have, because that makes the difference between whether that is good or unplayable. So let's just have let's go back to our zombie deck, let's have a quick look. Mania. Oh, we actually have a synchro. Tuner plus non, it's generic as well. This locks you into Mayakashi. Yeah, it locks you into Mayakashi, so you do have to make, like, the 5, but that's fine. I actually have a small amount of them. We have a search spell, we have the main tuner, and we have a synchro to go into. Interesting. And let's just double check on the dangers, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we've got 2 Chupacabra. Oh, we got 2 Danger Zone as well. Okay. Starting to build up a small pile of danger cards. Any danger monster is an immediate upgrade. At the very least, Sogopogo is a big, 3k defender. And at level 8, so he could, in theory, do rank 8 things. We're going against someone who looks like they play the game. Snowman Eater Meat. Does it only have the one animation though? Looks like it only has the one animation, which is really unfortunate. Max C? I wasn't doing anything anyway. So we'll do this. And we'll set Oleanoids. Timebreaker is a going second card. I'd rather keep it on the field. Or keep it in hand so I can summon it next turn and get it into rotation. These 2 are tribute summons and we don't have the tribute fodder. Oh, damn. Come on. They're gonna add the field spell and then... okay. If they have the spell trap pop, we just need to, like, fire Oleanoids. If they don't have the spell trap pop, we need to see if we can banish this with Timebreaker. That's not your standard runic card. Okay, so there's the field spell. Activate field spell, right. So it's, yeah, it's where go from here, that's the issue. Tribute. Emperor Penguin. Neat. Which means Runic dies. Does mean they do penguin shenanigans, and this could very well be a combo to the moon strategy. Although the combo to the moon strategy I'm referring to is a terrible gimmick, and this could just be no penguin. Banish it instead. Oh, you can make an 8 synchro here. Huh. Alright. I'm gonna take a look at that deck. We didn't really deserve that win, I'm pretty sure, but we'll look at the deck anyway. What do you got? You got a level 8 synchro. Did you mean to put in a different level 8 synchro? Ah, this, yeah, they probably wanted this as a different level. It's not that they, well, yeah, they did mess up, let's put it that way. And at the very least, we turned off the runic portion of the deck, so yeah, I guess that just added to it. Alright. Now that feels like an amount of tickets to open. Queen Butterfly Denaus. If you control this normal summon set card. That's interesting. It's a good swarm effect, and it doesn't lock you into any types, so you could just, like, if you tribute summon this and you have the right monster in the graveyard, this is Zerberus by itself. Sophia, we cannot make this. Jinzo card, we don't have Jinzo. Cryosphinx. I feel like this is part of the flip stuffs, because there are a couple Sphinx monsters which work on, you know, other cards being flipped face down or returning things. And Gokipole for the insect deck that we were just talking about. St. Joan, Wood Clown, another Synchro Boost, I think we got 3 of that now. Crusadia Feed Spell. We don't have links. Earthshaker. That's not that impactful, I don't think. Innovating Mist, Ebon Arrow. Until the end phase, it loses 500 attack, piercing, destroyed. Okay. It's like a super bad card that gives piercing, and that's all you need to know about it. Let's see what we can unlock with our Master Pack. Another Chrononomaly field spell, another Tellarknight Zephyr card, another Sabervolt, Witchcrafter Victoria. This is our second non-tribute summon Witchcrafter, I do believe. I don't think we have that many of their spells. That's our 4th Skuld's Oracle. This, I mean, except Beast Warriors. Okay, that'll do it. Huh. Does that just go? I think that just goes in the deck, right? We have a level 1 monster. This is removal. I think that just goes in the deck. It can only target 1 monster, can't it? Max 1. But if I can remove the spell... Need to play around with that. Right. Another Raider's Wing. That's not a bad card. Cyburst Magician. Huh. I don't know how many gimmick puppets we have. Twin Photon. There's 2 Photons. Another one of that. That's a good Phantom Knight. And apparently not our first one. Scarred Warrior. And that's our 3rd Good Witch. I think we just play that, right? Maybe not in this deck. We aren't playing the Cosmos in this deck, I don't think. No, we're not. And do we play Anima? It's tempting, isn't it? I think we just need to remember that we have Anima for when we get into these other decks. Because our current goal is to feud. Well, yeah, we probably just replace the Rocket Synchron for V-Jam. And then that makes Anima, because your opponent's not going to attack into it twice anyway. So yeah, I think we do play it, but let's try and, you know, fusion summon for the 3rd time first. I don't really know which of the other decks we have I'm looking forward to most or think is the best. I think the Dragon deck does have some potential. Okay. So we can Synchro for 4? Oh, that's never a great sign. 15. Oh, we getting FTK'd. No. No, we are not getting FTK'd. Why are you playing Magical Mallet in Cash Terror? What? It is just Cash Terror. Can we beat Cash Terror? What do we have? Technically 15. Well, that's 3k. Interesting. We have a Synchro for 7. That special summons a banished one, but you don't have any banished right now. That's going to get Fenrir from deck. That's Fenrir from deck. Activate Kyoto. Activate this. Normal summon. Activate. Normal summon. Set. The thing is, we activate this. We probably should have activated this card first. Yeah, I don't think we have it, really. He will end turn. No, okay, it was a misplay. We shouldn't have started with the double normal summon. We should have started with normal summon, special summon, synchron. Oh, that's a problem. There's Unicorn. I only have one card in my grave, so that doesn't matter. Because... oh. Yeah, so they can just get rid of my Assault Synchron anyway. Huh. I think we're probably just dead. Yeah, I'm not going to stick around in this. I'm going to take a look at the list, but I'm not going to stick around. That's... it does have Exodia in it. They are on 3 Mallet, 1 Ash, 1 Maxi. So wait. Because all the Exodia pieces equal 7 exactly. And then what, you just... is it just cards to get them off the field then? 2 monsters with different names, so that's like 2 pieces. 2 plus monsters with different names, so it's the other 2 pieces and the Unicorn. This is an effect monster, so you can then link into access code. And you can add 3 of the pieces back. Oh no, you can target 3, target another 3, including the one you didn't add all of those back, but how do you get the head? This is so bad. Oh, return all monsters you control to the hand. So what, the goal is this, any Cashiera monster, and this. You see, this works a lot better if you put up a level 7 monster that can just be kind of beat easily. Like, Fenrir is pretty good, because it's just, oh, your opponent activates a monster effect, like most decks in the game. Of course, it's also inconsistent as all hell, so that's why it doesn't work the way they want it to, but... that's why they've got the Labyrinth card, because they need to activate Trap Trick the turn it was set. Now, my opponent could very well be on Cyber Dragons, and if they are, well, you know, that's just how it is. What do we have? 14, 40, 48. Summon Inspector Border. Pass turn. The rest of the hand is all tuners, so I don't really know what we do with it anyway. Cool. Link 1. Get yourself one monster effect. Nope, not even that. Don't know what Inspector Border is. Yeah, they haven't come across Inspector Border before. Declare one attribute. I don't know if they care about their attribute. Ring of Destruction. Right, main 2. Set this. And set a 17 defender. We need some non-shooter monsters. Something to do something with, you know? Now, do they attack into the face down? They do. Majesty's Fiend. Yeah, sure, I mean... I started it. Don't do something you're not prepared to finish. Okay, so it's a Masochist deck. Right. I can't activate a monster effect, like, at all. So I do need Beat Stick. Which means I might as well just set. And set. What Beat Sticks do I have in my deck that out-Fiend? Magnum, but I need to Tribute Summoner. Oh. I can Kaiju it and then I can do effects again. Baron crashes. Dragon crashes. And I guess I can Storm Forfeit. Or flip it face down and then hit into it. Like, I have options. Each turn can be normal swing without tributing. Okay. So is it, like, Majesty's Vanity's Turbo? Red Eyes Fusion, fuck's sake. I mean, it doesn't get its effects, so who cares, right? And they can't summon for the rest of the turn. I'm just gonna, like, banish whatever this is. But now we've got to beat Dragoon as well. We are not in a good spot. I don't actually know what we have. If we kaiju over this, they can get monster effects again. If we kaiju over this, we still can't get monster effects. And we're still in a bad position. We have Mirror Force, but that only deals with the Majesties, and then they have a negate on the field. Moon! No, can't target it. Yep. They have it. What was their deck? Because that's a very weird few cards to see. Like, not across, like, different deck. Oh, God. This isn't Masochist. Like, this cannot be Masochist. But on the other hand, it's such awful deck building. They drew the one Majesty's Fiend. Yep. Next off. Alright, we'll get him next time. We'll fusion summon next game. We haven't actually seen the fusion spell or any of the components to make it really just yet. They're letting us go first. Interesting. OTK, go. Yeah, so Pyramid, Light, and Paleo. What are the odds that this is Numeron, given the extra deck size? Numeron needs 4 in extra deck mandatory. Yeah, cool, go for it. What the fuck? It's raw. Did any of that stop raw? No. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of that interaction with triple tactics. It's like, it's interesting card design, but I'm just not a fan of it. Oh, and that's just game. Unless they don't pay the life points. I mean, they're gonna pay the life points, though. You don't have to do that. You got an additional tribute summon with this card. They confuse me. Oh wait, no, they did have to do it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but they draw Duster. I mean, it's not like the rest of our cards were doing anything there. No. None of our cards did anything. I mean, okay, actually, we could have Light Imprisoning Mirror. And I think I would have done. Although, I forget, I know I just looked at it. I don't actually know what type the other one is. We've got a 5 and a 6. Materials are banished instead of being sent to the graveyard. You can only special summon zombies. We have a 7. Is it Labyrinth, by any chance? It is Labyrinth. I don't think we can do anything here. We're gonna give it a go, but I don't think there's much we can do. We'll avoid your 16 though. How many traps? There's welcome. 1, 2, 3. That's a good couple. We need to hold that in hand. I think for the moment we just go battle and we see what happens. Special summon a Labyrinth, return a monster you control to the hand. And then you result a Welcome Lab. Destroy a card. That's really annoying, that. Deck or Grave. That's really unfortunate. I don't want to give up too early, but the thing is, I just don't think we can do it. It's a constructed Labyrinth deck, and they've got their, like, resource loop going, which is, you know, activated a Welcome Lab trap, have Ariana in hand, and have Lovely Lab on field, which just sets again. Yeah, but we don't have this. Come on, we can get like some wins in here. I know we have been, but like we can get a couple more, right? We can fusion summon. They're gonna go first. I'm taking some time to think about it though. Hope you guys have been okay anyway. I realise I haven't really talked that much about what I've been up to or how I've been. I've been doing okay. This would have been nice actually. This definitely would have been nice. It's only on normal summon, isn't it? Yep. Can we be Ice Barrier? It does kind of depend on the draw, doesn't it? It's kind of take your pick of floodgates what they end on, really. Not that one. That's not really a floodgate. That one kind of is. That one's not. That one's not a floodgate. Nor is that. Nope. Kind of. Nope. Yep. 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 Sort of. Nope. Yep. Nope. 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 Yep. 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 Nope. Yep. See, there's a lot of floodgates and ice barriers, which was not so bad when they were a deck that just, you know, was renowned for not really being a deck. But the problem is, they are now very much a deck. Speaking of, neither player can activate spells, neither player can activate monster effects in the graveyard, cannot declare an attack if their attack is greater than or equal to this card's defense. Fun! Wow! No. Just no. I could have tribute summoned Vampire Dragon. Not really done anything from there. I know we're playing a lot of Floodgates as well, it's just the fact that, like, Ice Barrier is now a consistent Floodgate deck is really annoying. Like, it's nice to have support for, like, some of the, you know, least loved archetypes in the game. And, like, that's kind of what's been happening a lot lately with Ice Barriers, Volcanic, Ally of Justice, see what else. Dragoonity got some pretty good support, but I don't think they were ever, like, that unloved by comparison. Okay, going first, they've got an 11 extra. Well, I was slightly hopeful. Is it just Ancient Gear? And if it is just Ancient Gear, what kind of Ancient Gear? Howitzer. Okay. Now inflict 1,000, now what? Sit on Howitzer, have full combo to, you know, break board and OTK next turn. I could very well believe that. Unaffected by other cards' effects, so yeah, like, we probably want this on the field, I guess. Normal summon this. I don't like to pay half, but we kinda have to. Right, we can either Necro, or we can Yazi. Let's see. I think what we do is we do this, we crash into it, let them float, they float. If it's Dark Golem, we're absolutely screwed next turn. That could still be us absolutely screwed next turn. Oh, for fuck's sake. Mean to activate, target this, blow them up. Special worm. And yeah, I don't really have anything else, unfortunately. Do we die? I think we do. Why did they pick going first, though? Like, that's the thing. They just objectively shouldn't have picked going first. Ancient Gear is a go second hard OTK deck. You break your opponent's, like, board, and then you kind of just, like, hit in for 1,000,000 damage. Like, they're even main decking evenly matched. It adds Ancient Gear Fusion. It adds that one. Do you have Commander in hand, then? Excuse you? Do you not know how to play your own deck? I don't think they know how to play their own deck. We don't have a level... yeah. Right, so activate this. We'll discard this. We'll take this and this, and make Star Eater. I think that's the play. It's either make Star Eater, or... yeah, it's make Star Eater. Okay. It's not MST. You've got... it's the trap card. You've got the trap card. Can you do anything with it? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. Let's give them an additional moment to respond. They're really not doing anything with this, are they? If this face-up card because of an opponent's card effect, this is just by battle. They could kill us next turn. Yeah, I didn't... I kind of thought they were going to do something. That's why I put the... that's why I put the Time Breaker on board. But did they use the statue already? They didn't use the statue already. Destroy that special summon. So are they now going to kill me? I'm confused. I should already be dead. Yeah, like... great, you've... huh? So you're gonna kill me now? Finally? Add gadget. Add tanker. This definitely doesn't feel like a standard Ancient Gear deck. Like, some of the cards definitely do. Like, Hound is good, like, Evenly Matched is wrong because you want your battle phase. Okay, you're gonna fusion summon. Are you gonna kill me now? One, two, three. That'll do it. Yep. Why did it take you so damn long? Actually, no. Ugh. No, this is... oh god. I mean, it works. It does the job. Oh, we're doing great, aren't we? Ice Barrier. And... yeah, just full on Labyrinth. Exactly right. So yeah, Light Imprison and Mirror actually would have done something here. let's get into the next duel and stop thinking about the last duel. We'll win one some point soon, right? We'll fusion summon today, right? Here's the hope. $43 and $15, a dodgy connection. Really dodgy connection. Well, we will win one soon, won't we? What do we have? Oh, a real deck as well. They just had an absolutely god-awful connection. Unless they bricked that bad. Which, that deck in theory shouldn't. Like, that looks solid enough. Right, let's see what we can do with this then. Ah. Mighty Warrior. That is just a level 6. That would have been good to have early on. We don't have the required cards. I like this one though. This one's funny. It's not the best, but in a spellcaster deck we might actually just play it. Maximum 3 spell counters, so you can get it up to 3 in the one turn, you just can't do that much with it. Crimson Sunbird. Drillago. It is a level 4 direct attacker, it's a Dark Machine for the machine deck. Maybe. Maniacal Servant. Okay. Hey, another Dragoonity. Do we have that one already? Yeah, we do have it already. And if your opponent controls a monster and you control a tuner, that's very, very specific. We might play the Dragoonity. And if we do get a spellcaster deck, we might play the Karibo Wizard. I do like that they continued those, like, skilled X, like, you know, magicians. It's okay, but I don't think it's that good for us. Our opponent can discard 1 card to negate this card's effect, otherwise both players discard, draw 2. No. Giving my opponent draws is a lot more dangerous. Oh, we're really putting together generators, aren't we? It's coming together slow, but, like, we've got boss monsters, we've got Trias, which is, like, really good removal. Hey, we got another super heavy card. I'm sorry, it should probably be called Trias. Trias Hierarchia. Right. We got a rank 3. Not worth it. Evil Eye card. Another Ancient Gear card. We've not got that many monsters, but we've got a pretty solid amount of spell traps for Ancient Gear. That's so weird. Another Drytron card, which isn't really helping us out. What scene for all of 2 what monsters we have? So yeah, this looks like this pack has not been impactful in the slightest. In that case, we just get back into it and get back to the duels. Oh, hello. Splash and Shield Rocket. Certainly a name. Hello and welcome to the chat. Going second is not a particular surprise, I guess it's welcome. although my opponent seems far more invested in the game than I would like them to be. Nemlyria. It's not the best of decks, but there is a problem in the fact that Nemlyria is still good. Okay. So they can only use the first effect once per turn, which they've just done. But I guess they're keeping them both up for protection? I don't really know. It doesn't make sense that they got 2 of these on the field. Okay. Yep. Yeah, we are, we need a summonable monster. Like, really badly. Two lights in the dark and a... oh, the Nemlyria trap? Interesting. And an unknown set. And now we get the fusion spell. Of course we now get the fusion spell. Like, yeah, this hand does nothing, they just have it. That's unfortunate. It would have been nice to do something, but not in the cards apparently. Right, next duel. Okay, going second. Probably just Live Twin Sprite. You have Tribute Summon. And we have better MST. This is not Live Twin Sprite. Link 2. Oh, is it actually BA? That's adventure. We've seen 1 BA card, 2 speedrun cards. Right, 1 second, I'm getting a call. Let me mute for a minute. Right, anyway, I don't think we were winning this one, but I was just, you know, given a phone call by a friend anyway, so might as well have something to watch while that's going on. And I think what I'm watching is my imminent demise, because they're doing, like, full Orcust combo. So, yeah. Sat through it long enough. It wasn't a terrible hand, but they did have an Omni negate several set cards, and, you know, just a segue into full Orcust combo, because Nightmare Mermaid has been brought back. Which seems like probably a mistake, or maybe not. They unbanned a whole bunch of cards because they thought, it's going to be fine and nothing's going to happen. Me as a Masochist deck, nothing is fine. The past 5 years of the game have not been fine for me. But then again, I am running stuff like, I guess, Crackdown, which, well, actually, I don't know how old Crackdown is, but stuff like Bestial Magma. But yeah, past 5 years of the game have been, like, really, you know, struggling for this Masochist deck, so in Constructed, it is obviously a different story. Is this just a draw engine? This is probably just Sky Striker. Which means what? We can crack down the... We can either crack down the Link, or we can crack down the monster before they even make a Link. Because we probably rather they don't actually get, like... Okay, that's fine. Let them do that. Is it Exodia FTK? Yeah, no. It is supposed to be Exodia. Right. But with this being the linchpin of the one they're going for, we should be fine. It can't attack, it doesn't need to. Let's do this now, just in case of, like, this trap hole or something, I don't know. Right. Rank 4 would be great, so we can actually put this onto something. That is a rank 4. I am simply not going to Special Summon. We will just put more damage on board. Now, there is a chance they end the game right here. There is also a chance they need the Treasure Panda and don't have another one. So we'll see how it is. Because they're not in a great position. They're not going to play Spell Trap removal. They'll play Maxi because the goal is FTK using Exodia. Yeah, there's one piece of it. I guess, yeah, you would play an extra deck. Makes sense. Link Spider. Anima. Yeah, it doesn't have any attack, but you're fine. It does have attack. That's kind of crazy. That's weird. It probably goes to the grave. Right. But what I can do is activate this one again. I can normal summon Timebreaker. I need to be careful which kaiju I give them. There we go. And on the off chance for next turn. Right, and that should be the end of the game. Right, getting incoming text from someone. Oh, a couple from Tesco and a couple from Friend. Ah, you're an Earth monster. That really buggers this. We do have a problem here. Because this might be it. Like, they might just have it from here. I don't think I can disrupt it anymore. The thing is, this can't attack. I could have used it as material. But, what for? I think that probably is the end of the game. All they need to have is backup soldier, right? That's 1, 2, 3 pieces. If that's backup soldier, they only need to get to the head. They've got 22 cards in deck. They banished up to. That's Tuna Monster, Synchro Draw again. Oh, I could have negated a draw. Okay. Well, we do it now. That's all there is to it. Okay, we messed up before. We could have cut them off from one draw. But it's... every draw matters. Quite a lot. Right. Okay, it's close now. They either win right here, or on our turn. And if they don't, we just hack the game. Oof. You want this in the... no, if you were going to do that, you want to put this in the grave first. No. No, you don't. That's backup soldier. Or that is. You only have the one. But that doesn't matter, you're just getting a normal monster out of the deck. And at the moment, I'll get my Timebreaker back, but they will not get the... okay, they've fixed that problem. I suspect they might just have a lot of pot of avarice. Just maybe. This really ain't good. If I'd sought that other Formula Sync control, would that have done anything? Probably not. That's a link. SP. Oh, what are you banishing? Because it fundamentally does not matter here. Like, that's... That's really funny. Now I do get to destroy a card on the field. No, I don't. They've realised. Oh no. Okay. That's where this has punished me. Because it would have been far better to, like... But they might have just drawn into it. I don't know. There's no winning. They've got it. They've got 14 cards in deck. They've cycled through most of it. They only need backup squad just a couple times, and that'll probably win them the game. If we can... I can't inflict battle damage to them, so if I can successfully battle phase... Okay, this is the gamble. They've just played into the void. They surely have it in... Oh, good god. Now... Yeah, you're not putting back those, or you're not putting back the pieces because you've got the backup squad. I think we've lost. Any fault of our own? Maybe. Oh, and they get to set one from the deck here. So, as long as they have the hair... Maybe they time out. They've got 4 pieces, backup soldier only adds 3. Or backup squad only adds 3. Oh, but if it's a normal spell, then you don't need it, do you? That's the end of the game. Did we make misplays? 1. Did it matter? Probably not. We gave them 1 extra draw than they could have done. Kinda sucks. But it's not that bad. This ain't a bad hand. Let's see. Just got an incoming text, so just quickly type out and set our 3 cards. Against probably real deck. Yugioh. Okay. There is a card we destroy as MST. We have to. It has to be that one. And while we're here... You're not familiar with Metaverse, are you? Metaverse is a field spell. Which one do we want? It's your bell, I'd probably want this. Right. Now, of course, this will get into the other card that you want to MST in your bell, which is, Nightmare Pain. That's Eternal Favourite, so they already have Nightmare Pain. Yeah, that's a problem. The thing is, that will still trigger, because if this card is destroyed... The problem is, we want to, like... We want to put this on the field and get searching. But that is also just a problem. Because they're going to make Phantom at some point. Probably now, by the looks of it, then. So let's leave them doing that. You know what? Yeah, let's do it now. Let's cycle this one, because that is banned. Okay, no, we need to probably... Let's see. Yeah, let's get rid of Spirit. Oh, that's a banished card. They're already at that count. I know we've given them a draw with Maxi, but at the moment we have bigger problems. Like their entire deck. There it is, I have the one banished card to hand. Would it have been better to leave it in the grave? No. No, it wouldn't. I don't know what we should have done. I feel like we were just probably losing this. We can put a Kaiju on the field. Where did we get the Jacoboo one from? Where did we get the Jacoboo one from? I don't know. They're gonna banish the card. Yeah, I can't say that doesn't make sense. they're not attacking directly anyway. They're planning to attack into, like, this thing for 1,000,000 damage. Although, they're not doing 1,000,000 damage, they're just doing 2,000. Which one... sure. Resolve. What do we want here? We want Yazi. Trying to think. We can get a 6. We can get Yazi. We can get a 12. It ain't gonna do us any good though, and we need our life points. Problem is, Nightmare Pain exists. Well, I guess, yeah, that's one way of doing it. Maxi again. You're a bundle of fun and joy, aren't you? I know I could do this on their turn, but who cares? It's not needed. Okay, Leo. Give me a defense position. I know we're planning to kaiju this anyway, but you want to do in defense position where you can. Right. Special summon. And here's where we should have relinquished Anima. They haven't used its effect. They can only special summon Yubel. One of your Yubel monsters. Oh, piss. I thought I was so clever. The thing is, that is a super specific scenario. And what, we would have had relinquished Anima there. That's kind of it. Because we do the relinquished Anima play, they banish something else of ours, and they still bring out the Yubel, and then we just have to attack into them for more damage. You would have thought that more people would be further from this point if they were playing a good deck, you know? Like, it is the 23rd. But apparently not. Apparently we're getting stuck with them. And we have not had a particularly good couple of hours. 9 cards. 41. I don't like where this is going. Alright. We still can't resolve this guy, so let's just put him on the field. Let's just hit him with him. Guardian Slime. Alright. Main 2. Set a card. Pass turn. They didn't search on summon. It's not on summon, it's when it's sent. Okay. We're about to get OTK'd. Again. Because the thing is, there's God Slime, and then this searches Chant, and then Chant lets you search Ra and Tribute Summon, and that literally is just game. Like, that small interaction. So, let's see what they do with it. Let's see. Is it game? can't believe the move was not to play. They already have Ancient Chant then. Because we have to Cosmic this. Yeah, there you go. They should have Ancient Chant. If they were being... Yep, there you go. Tribute Summon, gains 3,000, pay the rest of your life, OTK into the sun. Man, we've been doing awful at the moment. I know it's plat, and I know we're not going to do great all the time. We've had a decent bit of luck on previous streams, but this is awful. Right, let's go again. Let's see if we can do it. No. We've won the coin toss, but it's against like someone who's playing a real deck. If you have the accessories, you're probably playing something that actually uses them. Or you just like the accessories, but, you know, you play regular Master Duel things anyway. Well, I'm going to Fusion Summon. There we go, proficiency test is complete. You don't have to win. They're going to max C after it's Fusion Summoned, or they're going to fail over it. And set. I'm good. I made a fusion monster. We did the objective. We can now take out those god-awful cards. We can put the anima back in the well, we can put anima in the extra deck. We can put... what else? Well, goddamn. Just draw the imperm. It's not a one piece of interaction. Salamangreat. Sure. You did just... it doesn't lock you, I guess. Okay. It's just straight into Promethean. No, you are doing Valence. Add field spell. You see, it is the sort of bit where if they didn't imperm this, I would be blowing up the field spell. Because Salamangreat essentially revolves around that one field spell. Do we have this duel? Probably not, but we kind of need to stay in it, because if we don't stay in it, then we don't actually even get the fusion, like, you know, thing for the proficiency. We won't claim it until we get a win. But I will complete it. This is a fusion summon. It's on the field. The fusion spell didn't get hit by judgment or anything like that, so we will sit through this one, even if we're losing. I think you have enough link material. Go for it. I don't know what full salad combo looks like. I'm about to find out, I guess, because this is probably as much as they could ever want. 2 free bodies, plus another couple salads on field, Balink's on field, and the Sanctuary is still on field. They've got Spitty and Grave, Jaguar and Grave, and they're using the... what would you say? Salamangreat, kind of like Agnista looking card. Hope you're all having a good time, because I would much rather skip this duel. So as long as it's entertaining someone, that'll do me. Who knows, we get a timeout win maybe. As a treat, if we're lucky. I don't want to think about the win rate, it's probably tanked over the course of this stream alone. But at the very least we know that we're playing some subpar cards in our deck, which we're taking out after this duel immediately. And hey, we might even switch decks, you know? I mean, we're not going to go for that much longer anyway, because we've got another stream later. About 7 hours, thereabouts. We can go on for a little bit longer. There's nothing I need to be doing, so... And besides, we do have a choice, but not really. Like, we gotta sit in this duel for an amount of time anyway. Did I ever actually say what I'd got up to recently? I don't think I did. I think I started talking about it and then talked about something else entirely, or carried on with dueling. Or got a phone call, something or other. But the long story short is, I haven't been up to a whole lot. I have actually put pen to paper, so to speak, and started on the Dark Souls edit. It's a very loose term of started. I've put in the chunk of video footage that I want to edit, like, to give the kind of pacing I want for a couple of parts of it. I now need to find the right effects and, like, you know, the right kind of, like, sound bites. I might need to re-record the whole intro. Because I'm pretty sure I probably talked over some of that intro. You know, the whole light and dark, heat and cold. The famous Dark Souls 1 intro, which, to be fair, is probably a copy-paste that I should know at this point. I've played Dark Souls 1 that many times. But I've also probably skipped the intro nearly that many times. So yeah, that's underway to an extent. We have watched... Alright. Sorry, that's just thrown me off a little bit. I don't really know why you'd do that. Like, you don't need to get them out of the EMZ because they all have pretty decent link arrows. Alright, we've watched your great Christmas films of Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, and Jaws so far. Just because Jaws takes place in the middle of summer, you know, we can still watch it around Christmas. Nothing wrong with that, right? And it was a good watch, actually. Kind of forgotten about some of the, like... some of the musical cues that you might miss. It's really good cinema when you, like, take note of some of the smaller details, like, of course, the Jaws theme is kind of just, like, that popular, that well-known, right? But they use that theme to, like, you know, build the tension and get you ready for, like, when the actual, you know, action is going to happen. When Hooper goes and inspects the boat, they start to use the theme, and it does build up, but, like, the actual event happens, like, really early into the theme. Like, basically, you know. Wait, they can't kill it? There's no way they can't kill it. They've got to negate all the counter track, right? Oh, that's kind of funny. Can I do it? I can. Right. I don't know about the Salamangrate counter traps. I'll continue what the points I was on, but I need to read. Salamangrate Link Monster. Salamangrate Link Monster. And if Face Up Fire... Okay, they've really... Right, how do we do this? Okay, I think we got it. We kaiju this. That turns off the spell traps. As long as I'm reading them right. Not that one. Oi, I'm looking at your related cards. But yeah, the counter trap is turned off and then it's rage. Yeah, okay. So, normal summon this. Activate. This one. Okay. Activate. Why did I... Okay, you know what? It's fine. We thought we were losing this anyway. So who cares? I needed to put Abyss somewhere on the field first. But, of course, the immediate problem is that they still have a Princess in grave anyway, so who cares? Like, the Princess should still trigger here, right? If a monster they just neglected to, I don't know. It doesn't miss timing or anything, so they could have done it. Oh, you can just send a Salamangreat. Okay. I had the right kind of read. I just fucked it up. And, yeah, okay. They've got full combo for next turn. Right. That's fine. At least we don't have any responses this time. But yeah, there's another moment where, let's see. Yeah, the whole lot of holidaymakers has come into Amity, and they'll go swimming because someone's led the charge into the water. And then, oh no, shark in the water, but they don't use the sting for it, so you know that it isn't real. Like, it's just, you know, something else. It's not, you know, the shark that's been killing everyone. And then it turns out to be the two kids with the, like, cardboard fin. It's like small bits like that that I didn't notice, like, the first time on viewing, that are really kind of just neat. And really good, narrative pieces. Special summon level 3/5 from your deck. Okay, I guess that's why you play it. But yeah, that was interesting to watch. And there are also a couple bits in the first two Home Alone films that we just, like, I just missed enjoying it, like, the first time round, and therefore didn't pay as much attention to the detail. And, yeah, sort of little bits like, they do a correct head count in the first one, but it's just one of the kids from, like, next door or over the way is about the same size as Kevin, so that's why he's missed off the first strip. And other than that, what else have I been doing? I mean, I've been reading Echoes of the Fall. Not that much, because it is, like, very much a before work habit for me. And I've been off for some time. It's feeling very good. And then I found out that you can get Red Rescue Team, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team on Switch. So I've also been just kind of like nostalgia diving, because although I never played Red, I played Blue on the DS, and they are basically the same game except for the console they were on. Ah, he gave me a monster, how cute. No, my monster. It's the time for giving. Why are you going to give me a present and then stamp on it? That doesn't feel fair, that doesn't feel right. I give people kaijus, but oh wait, what? Wait, did we time limit win? Time limit win! Let's go! It's worth staying in the game. Well, you know what? We will claim that practical exam. Why? Because we won the duel. We got new sleeves! And you know what that means? We got a new clear condition. Ritual Pendulum Link Summon. One of those is easy. The other two are doable, but, like, I don't think we're doing it anytime soon. Let's do a little proficiency as a rounding off to this stream, then. What number is written on the armor of Sky Striker Ace Shizuku? 2. Okay. Sorry, I'm not into that. That is Destruction Cyclone. Elemental Reptiles are where I'm at. That's a warrior, isn't it? You see, these are the questions that I don't think should be on the practical, or on the test. Sorry. Link monster. It was printed pre-links. Like, okay, that dim barrier ruling comes up. Oh, Hungry Burger. You gotta first, like, properly summon it. You can summon Obelisk with Reborn, it just dies afterwards. Traps is the crown, right? Again, like, this question shouldn't be here, really. Yeah, there you go. Right, okay, just having a look at this. This is, what is it, level... That's level 8 for the proficiency test, which, you know, closing on halfway through it. But you're still getting asked, like, type, attribute, basically name of the card, or, like, image detail. That's not that, you know, it's not relevant. We'll open our legacy tickets now. Last all of the stream that we weren't expecting to win, and didn't deserve to win. What do we got? I mean, that's removal. That just is straight up removal. I can't remember if we have the fusion for this. We need to look into that. We have a Trickstar Link. That's the second guy. And we got another dragon. Wind Dragon level 5. It's certainly a card. We could play it. I don't know if we do. Given that our Dragoonity deck is missing Winged Beast, we probably don't. Right. Let's have a little looky. What can we get with our last 2 packs of this stream? The 4th Good Witch. Another Clear Effector. Danger Field spell. Okay. That's funny, but we don't have enough dangers to really use it. Another Blackwing, Crystal Beast, or a Gem Knight card. I don't know if we have a mass change. Mermail. There's Mermail, right? Yeah. And that's for the, Oh, we could have been playing the Dark Fusion monsters all this time. Alright, my bad. Forgot that the field spell did that. I've got that card as, like, I made a bad deck out of just, like, random cards IRL with that card in it. Another Subterra. Another 6 Sam card. Okay. That's not a bad rank 2, but we do need exactly beast types, which we're not exactly overflowing with. And none of those are... we have Exosisters. It's a 2800 wall at worst. And if you control this, you can target an effect, negate its effects until the end of the turn, detach material from this card, all Xyz monsters you control will gain. Okay, that leads to an interesting question, which I think we answer next time we Xyz summon. let's... well, let's claim these. That's some gems back. We are running a little low. Right, deck. Zombie deck. We've done the fusion summon thing. So let's cut this. Cut this. Phantasme does feel like it's come up. We're going to cut this, cut this, cut this. And we're going to put you in. We're going to get Vespinato. Put you in, because that's the question I want to answer. And then... Anima? No, we're not playing any level 1s anymore. Oh yeah, I said we were probably just going to replace it with a cubic. What about Time Wizard? Yeah, that's a lot of time cards. Time Wiz. No, we just have Time Wizard. We don't have the fusion. Okay, let's take a look at Dark Fusion, actually, while I remember. Okay, so we don't have Dark Fusion. We have 1, 2, 3... I think maybe 4 monsters we can make, by the looks of it then. We need this, because we have to use this so we don't have to use Dark Fusion. And then, what do we have for Fusion Summon? Because we're really lacking on generic Fusion spells. Fusion Summon. Right. So we got that one. Fusion Summon a Metal Foe. Yeah, but the materials are not tuners, any of them, so that doesn't really work. Yeah, that's not doing it. Fusion Summon a plant, they're not plants. Target Fusion Special, yeah, nope, that's not doing it either. That's not doing it. That Fusion Summons a Blue Eyes mentioning card. Light Warrior, they're all fiends. That doesn't do it. That cheats it out. Equip to a fusion you control. And send this card and equip to the Great Special Summon of Flame Sword Summon of Fusion. Huh. So we can actually get out that ultra rare we have, but we have to equip it to a fusion monster. That fusion summons a fairy. Once per turn you can fusion summon a Lunalight. That fusion summons a... using this card and dragons. Including a dragon. It looks like it's probably Muddy Mud Dragon. Like, I think that's how we end up doing it. Because it counts as a name, and I don't think we have all the names required, and it fusion summons. So it means anytime, because we can't use this, it means anytime we get to Muddy, and we have one of the guys listed, probably Bastinatrix, I think is the most popular one, we can then fusion summon. If this card, you can reveal one hero fusion in your extra deck, and if you do, add it to 2 of the fusion materials listed from deck to hand. You can switch some except heroes. So yeah, we don't really have a convincing way to fusion summon. Mud Dragon, which is technically always available and always in the extra, but it's not that great. Okay. So yeah, keeping this package in for link climbing. This stays in for the pendulums. How many 3s? Oh yeah, we were going to possibly get rid of Spirit Reaper for V-Jam, actually. I know we set level 1 earlier, but we're not aiming to make level 3 synchros anyway. So I think, yeah. Let's make it slightly more resilient. And because of that, let's put in Anima. Anor is a really cool pull for us as well. Right. Let's go just to the good stuff deck and check out what we got in there, because we might want to update that as well. Yep, we have VJam in here. We have... Is there anything that we aren't making? Are we ever making this? I always put it in and I always say, oh, like, oh, sorry, I think I just knocked the microphone. Oh, we can definitely make this, or we should think about trying to make it, but it never seems to come up. So, for the moment, let's drop that and let's put Anima in. We can answer the rank up question. Oh yeah, right. We need to add another Good Witch. Yeah, we are really starting to kind of like build out the Cosmos. I know we already had those anyway, and we're in more need of ships than we are the pilots at the moment. But it is really starting to fill out. And we can add this in after we test it in the other deck, unless we want to switch back to this one. How are we doing for various ranks of monsters? And okay, I think the synchros we currently have in, we probably want to keep in. Scrap Archfiend is maybe like the least important. And now that we actually have a Xyz, using an Exosister, it doesn't matter which, it just needs to use an Exosister. Stella? No, we have Irene and Ellis, and this one cares about Sophia. You can place an Exosister card from your hand on the deck, draw one, but yeah, that requires us drawing, you know, a good couple. If your opponent moves a card, you can special summon using this face-up card you control as material. Oh. Okay, so they kind of like just tag in like Zodiacs do, but with a quick effect. And if your opponent messes with graveyard only. That's interesting. Right, we can use one of these, which is why it's this high up on the list. Is there anything else from this stream? Because we got some stuffs. That's where we started, I think. So I think that is probably it. We might want to take a look at our sulfur chord stuff, though. Sulfur chord. Damn it. I saw we had spells, not pendulums. We have a pendulum, and we have 3 different spells. Place a sulfur pendulum in your pendulum zone, add a sulfur pendulum, then place 2. Okay, so add 2 cards, 1 odd and 1 evil from your pendulum zone to the actual deck, and if you draw 2. Right. So we could only really activate the first effect to place this in the pendulum zone, which is scale 5. Pendulum summons of your sulfur chords. So yeah, that's not particularly useful. Add a sulfur from your extra deck to your hand, increase if you control the sulfur. Yep, nope. Yeah, okay, so the sulfurs don't really matter. We got a nice spell, but that's about it. Okay, I think we'll edit, update the deck and what have you a little bit later. For now, we can call this a successful enough morning stream. We did our 3rd fusion summon. Yeah, we've played a few duels, we've actually won some, we've opened some more packs. Need to top up the account. Look forward to catching you all in about 7 hours or so. My name is Cat Monarch. Hope you all have a good day. See you in a bit. Bye for now.